No, but it was so much good
Nigga, we're naturally funny. That's how everything happens with us. It's always like we have like a really great trial run and then that bitch is lost forever.
Bro, this is how'd you do this?
Are you good? Yeah, you good.
Yo. Yes.
What do you mean? You made me go first. What do you mean?
I'm shy, Jay.
No manches,
No,
perro.
no manches, perro. All right.
I don't want to be here anymore. Imagine like if we ever go live and that shit just fucks up the first time we go live.
This is what we doing.
Like, hey, look, there's a reason why we double check everything, cause shit fucking sucks sometimes. We just got double check. Like, all right, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing. All eyes on me. That bitch loud than a motherfucker. All right.
What's your name?
Well, I don't want to cross my arms. That makes me look very standoffish. I like reading body language. Hi, my name is Jariel Charlton Brooks, the third. JK, there's no third. Or I go by J Brooks because motherfuckers don't know how to pronounce my name. So I just say J Brooks or J or Leroy Chamberlain the third. You already know. Oh my God, that's not my personality. Oh, look at you. Ooh, hello. Hi, how's it going? What's your name?
Do you want my whole name?
I want everything. Government name. Everything. Social security.
Do you want it in English or Spanish?
Do both.
All right. My American identity is Eric Escutia.
Okay.
All right. My Mexican identity is Eric Daniel Escutia Tolentino.
No way! Get the fuck out of here! Wait, Daniel?
Eric Daniel Escutia Tolentino.
Tolentino?
Tolentino. That's.
Whoa. So they cut off half your fucking name when they came to America?
Well, so in the U.S., names you inherit your father's last name.
Not your mother.
Right. In Mexico,
Tolentino?
you get your father's last name and your mom's last name.
Motherfucker, that's
That's
a long ass name.
a long ass name.
Tolentino. Alright, that's cool, I guess. I want to be like a Brooks Sims. That's cool. You know how weird it is to be like the cousins who doesn't have the same last name as everybody? It's fucking weird.
What are your hobbies?
My hobbies are, I like stealing people's dogs. That's my shit. I steal everybody's dogs. When I go to parties, mine. No. My hobbies are, I like to read and I love photography. I'm a hoe for photography. So if you need some pictures, get at me. Feel like I'm on Def Jam. I didn't have a mic. I was like able to use my hands. All the ladies in the left, put your hands up like this. All the fellas to the right, put your hands up like this. If you're black, take a jump. If you're Mexican, take a crump. Like, no, I can't do this shit. I actually really do like this.
Okay.
You know, I thought about doing stand up.
You should. I told you to do it.
I have a series that I was thinking was like leave the tech guy alone. It's because like everybody has this person in their family that they think knows shit just because they hooked up a VCR one time. It's like, how do I hook up my printer? Leave that nigga alone at 2:00 in the fucking morning. They're tired. And if they do know tech, leave them the shit alone. They already get enough of that at work. You know how many times I get asked to fix people's computers at my job that's not company property?
Oh, shit. Really?
Every fucking day. Hey, I know this isn't your thing, but like my MacBook has herpes on it. Can you remove it for me? Like, nigga, what? No.
My hobbies, I love playing Apex. It's the best game ever. Whoever doesn't agree, they're just crybabies.
What you say?
I'm married. I love Catherine. She's my wife and my best friend. And I got 2 dogs, the best dogs ever.
You have 1 dog. What do you mean?
I have 2 dogs.
Risso's mine.
No. You can take Suko. What made you want to start a podcast?
I wanted bitches. No, that's not actually what it was. Damn. I had this whole thing prepped, and now it's no longer prepped. Yeah, you're right. The PC. All right, so I was hoping my good friend Eric, his PC had broken down, and I noticed we were having like some really good conversation. We even drove to the middle of fucking Dallas, And if you know me, I talk a lot. But when we were in the car, I never had that feeling of like, oh, I talk a lot. It was just a natural conversation from anything from philosophy to, tech. So I was like, man, this is a really good combo. Came home, fixed the PC, and I was like, well, maybe we should do a podcast. But that wasn't like the first thought. I was like, kind of like, So then Eric hits me up. He's like, I want to get into videography. And I said, well, let's record things. So first we recorded like, what was it? All Might. It was an All Might figurine. Yeah. It was All Might. And then after that, we're like, let's record an episode of a podcast. So then BroLorem was formed. And I figured like, bro therapy, because, niggas don't talk about shit. So we're going to talk about some shit.
Uh, what made me want to start a podcast? So I've always thought about starting a podcast because I'm interested in helping people. But the thing that made me started is my co-host Jay. He gave me the encouragement and the support that I needed, and I think without that I would never have started this, which is something that I'm really appreciative of.
He lying. He cold as shit at this.
What's your favorite thing about the show?
I like how we can go from talking about toes to some of the most serious concepts you could ever think about, like death, dealing with grief, or like helping a loved one, or what does it mean to be a man, or how to communicate. And then we'll be like, but yeah, you should buy my feet online for like 25 cents a peak. Like, I don't know. It just feels very natural and unique and not forced.
The first time you mentioned a lot of podcasts say they're unique.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, like a lot of podcasts do say like, oh, we're super unique, we're really quirky, and this, that, and the other. But then they like kind of rein it in for the audience. I don't think we rein it in for the audience. We talk about eating ass on the show, so no, like, and not even in a graphic sense in nature, but it's like nothing's off limits. We'll talk about the Russian conflict. We'll talk about the Syrian conflict. We'll talk about anything that we feel like is important. The great thing is we're not sponsored, so fuck it, we ball. And even when we are sponsored, I think that rawness, like that honesty, is what's going to keep us not on top but consistent. The moment you stop having fun is the moment I don't want to do this anymore. So, what's your favorite thing about the show?
My favorite thing about the show is, so I love talking about anything and everything. And oftentimes I find it that people aren't interested, or maybe they're hesitant to talk about shit just because the world is tough. But thankfully, Jay matches my energy and is also as interested and as invested in learning as I am. So that's my favorite part.
How you walk around with them big ass balls?
Big ass balls.
Do you understand? Like, you will start a conversation out of nowhere of the most intense shit, bro. Where do you get like that brevity from?
I don't know. I feel like if you don't talk about things, you just, I don't know. I don't have big ass balls. I just like to learn.
So with learning, you don't care about the boundaries that come with learning. You just want to learn.
Yeah, I mean, you yeah, you can't learn or grow if you don't step on someone's toes. If you don't push your own boundaries. And the only way to push your boundaries is to learn more, and the only way to learn more is to talk about it. And if you can't talk about it, then you're not learning. So it's like, it's just a vicious cycle that makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
What topic are you most excited to talk about?
I think I'm most excited to talk about relationships. Everybody has an opinion about relationships, but nobody knows what the fuck is going on. So I'm practicing the art office thing. But I think it's cool to just throw my hat in the ring. I've been around for a little bit. I've dated people. I've had my experiences. I've had a hoe phase. I've had a loyal phase. Like, So I want people to see that side. Not of me, but to see, like, dip your toes in the water. It'll be okay. Come on over. It's cool in the pool. What topic are you most excited to talk about?
So I have a passion for neuroscience, and something that I want to keep bringing up is childhood development. So that's one of the things that I am most excited to offer and talk about in the show. Fuck them kids. How has the podcast affected your everyday interactions?
I used to think I was a good listener, and then I started hanging out with Eric, and that's what like really changed how I view myself as listening. Instead of listening for like a response, well, no, let's just throw it back to the original. A lot of people think communication is like more so like I'm gonna talk, I'm gonna talk, I'm gonna talk. Nah, that shit is down there 83% listening and 27% like response. And actually, no, 83%. No. We'll make the number simple. 80% listening, 10% like understanding and processing, and then the last 10% is your response. A lot of times people just want to be heard, and people don't hear them out. And that's what the podcast has changed. When someone tells me about their life or what they're going through, I usually just sit back, listen. I try not to interject anymore. Or better yet, I don't say like, oh, I understand what you're going through. Because motherfucker, we don't. We don't. We're humans. We're all very different people with very different lives and different shit going on in themselves. But you can say like, I don't understand what you're going through, but I recognize you're having a human experience, you know? So yeah, I squint because I need glasses. Recognize that. How has the podcast affected your everyday interactions?
I don't know.
That's okay.
Fuck this podcast.
Yo, whoa, you can't say that. It's been like 2 hours.
No, it's been cool though, cause I think people see how much this matters to me. Not that I brag about it, but people ask me, or I guess they've mentioned like, hey, I think it's awesome that you're taking initiative and doing this, and yeah, I think it's cool that I get to inspire people. Like I never thought I would. I've always had the hope to inspire others, and if anything, it just encourages me to keep pushing my own boundaries to hopefully encourage others to do the same thing. Tell the audience one thing you want them to know about the show.
One thing I want you to know about the show is you're going to come looking for one thing and you're going to leave with like 3 more things. And I mean that in a sense where you might come looking for a Myers-Briggs personality test and to understand a little bit better about yourself, and you'll leave knowing that you need to go take better care of your feet. It's not even a joke. Like, foot health is important. It affects your posture and everything else. So, there you go. Or that you need to drink more water, that you actually need 30 minutes of exercise, and that 8 hours of sleep is the most important thing in your life. Sleep fucking affects dementia. Did you know that if you do not have proper sleep life, it attributes to 20% dementia? I fucking love facts. So yeah, I'm not saying like, you need to sleep, but like, turn the grind life off, nigga. Like, you're going to be fine. You don't need a yacht. You just need a Toyota Corolla. I don't want a fucking yacht. I hate boats. Boats are ill to me because sharks live in the water, nigga. Have you seen sharks? Fuck no.
What's so bad about a shark?
There's nothing wrong with them. They're productive to our environment, but like, fuck them. Like, everyone's like, no, sharks are sweet. No. Sharks and alligators have been around since the Cretaceous period, nigga. Anything that's been around that long and hasn't really evolved, except for like maybe shrinking in size, no, the fuck not. I'm good. I don't want nothing to do with that shit. And fuck Florida. Dude raped the alligator in Florida. Not attempted rape, raped. He raped an alligator. How you gonna rape an alligator? Like, did somebody hold it down? The fuck?
What's Florida?
Florida is the armpit of the United States. I don't even care. I have a good friend from Florida, and I tell him every time, like, I hate your state. State is musty. Nothing but BBLs and Cubano sandwiches. Those hoes hit, though. With the fucking pickle, I'll fuck with the Cuban sandwich, though. Tell the audience one thing you want them to know about yourself.
About myself. Fuck, I don't know. I'm stupid as fuck.
Nigga, that's a lie. Okay. Tell the audience one thing you want them to know about the show.
Um, this show is meant to welcome anything and everything. Uh, it's not just about being comfortable, but being comfortable with being uncomfortable. Something I've learned recently is you have to practice failure, and you can't fail unless you try. And as much as that sucks, that's what this is for.
Lost audio files.
Lost files. Shit, before this, we recorded Jay and no audio was recorded, so fuck. What's the hardest part about the show?
Bro, the editing. Because me and Eric both work jobs. So that's like 8 hours of our day already gone. And we're both in relationships. He's married. So we have to find time between all of our other responsibilities to edit. Most of the podcasts have somebody that edits the videos for them. But we do everything ourselves. Like Eric does a great job with all of our TikTok content. So all those great videos where he's like, or I'm like that's him. I've learned a little bit from him on editing myself. So it's finding the time between photography, school, work to make these videos come to life. That's the hardest part. Everything else is fine. The setup is fine. The topics are fine. Finding time to do it is fine. But editing, that motherfucker hard. What's the hardest part about the show?
I think the hardest part about making this show is I don't know. So I'm a very shy person, and putting myself out there is hard. As much as I tell people, hey, you can't let shit get to you and you gotta do your own thing, doing it yourself is hard. And shit, I'm like the most unorganized person ever, so having or having to establish some structure in my life, that's hard too. Shit, I go with the flow. I don't calendars, what are those?
Yo, no, you need calendar.
But we out here to grow, so fuck. I don't know how many times I've said fuck already. Fucking shit.
My name is Jay Brooks, and you should listen to the BroLorem podcast.
And that's it. I don't know.
All right. You got anything you want them to know? Anything you want to say? Wrap up. What's your Apex name?
Hey, if you guys like to play Apex, hit me up. The gamer tag is Nino_Tizoc, Tizoc. I don't know. Come join us in this journey. I think if anything, you'll have fun, and hopefully, we'll inspire you to be better. Listen to the BroLorem podcast on all platforms. Eat ass.